Grabando, sí, grabando. Hola mis amores, welcome to my second channel. This is my personal channel. Um, so today's video is gonna be a story time on how I found out I was expecting. So if you guys are curious to know how I found out I was expecting, well, just keep on watching. In today's video, it's called Mommy with Itzana. Itzana is my second name, so don't freak out. So yeah, I'm currently expecting. I am 7 months. I'm not showing, but I did gain a few pounds. But it's okay, Mama will lose it, and it's just baby weight. So we will get into that in another video. But I'm doing good. I'm currently 7 months, like I said, and how I found out I was expecting. Okay, so this it's the most weirdest thing that has ever happened to me. Just because I always knew I wanted to be a mom. I always had the mom instinct, but I never thought to be mom so young. I am currently 21 years old, and for me that's a little bit that for me that's still young because I wanted to have kids when I was like 26, 32. I don't know why. I just wanted to have kids at a more mature age. But it happened. And it happened in the most shocking way. So like I was saying, the symptoms started. And that's something I did not expect it just because I used to always say, girls with nauseous are exaggerating. Those things in the movies are just things from the movies. They're not real, but they are real. Anyways, we will get into more detail, but I'm just gonna tell you the story time on how I found out. Okay, focus, focus. So it started on a regular day. It was just, I guess, Thursday, Friday, and I was feeling a little weak. My body was feeling like different, and I remember I just went to the restroom and threw up water. Water. And I was like, oh my god, something was wrong in my stomach, something's going on. I don't know what it is. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna drink mineral water, sparkling water, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna get like chicken soup or something like that so I can, like get vitamins and try to eat like things for me not to get sick, right? Not heavy food. And I remember I ate and I threw up again. And it was just like a cramping sensation in my stomach. And it went on for Friday, Saturday. And then Saturday night, I was still throwing up. And so I called my mom and I was like, hey mom, I'm feeling bad. I'm like, I keep throwing up. It's just like, I don't know. And she was like, it's probably something you ate. She's like, you know what? You know what you have? Or like, what? You have gastritis. I was like, gastritis? Gastritis? I was like, okay. I'm like, and I looked it up and I was just like, it was a whole stomach symptom. And he was like, yeah, just keep drinking sparkling water. Just keep drinking sparkling water. You're gonna feel better. So I went to sleep Saturday. Sunday I woke up and I was feeling even worse. It was like worse. It was worse. And it was like headache, nauseous. Now I could not keep anything down. No water, no food, fruit, nothing, nothing. And I told myself, I'm like, hey, this is weird. I'm feeling really, really bad. And tomorrow's Monday. Partner goes to work on Mondays and Monday through Friday. And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna stay in this house alone, not being able to make myself something because I feel very weak and just I feel horrible. I'm like, no. And I told my partner, I was like, hey, if by tomorrow morning I do not feel good, I'm gonna go to the hospital ASAP. This is not something this is not something that occurs to me. I'm usually not a person that gets sick often. I'm like, and this has been a few days already, and this is like freaking me out because now I cannot retain any liquid. He was like, okay, okay. It's like, so Monday went by. Monday morning, my partner wakes up. He gets dressed. The first thing I do is go to the restroom and throw up water. And it's very hard because in the mornings, I drink a lot of liquid. And I felt very not getting nothing in. Like, no nutrients. And I was like, as soon as he got dressed, I'm like, we're leaving right now. You're going to your work and I'm gonna go to the hospital. He was like, okay, drive safe, be careful. Let me know if anything. Please keep me updated. I'm like, yeah, don't worry, I will. The weirdest thing, it was, I think, February. I think it was like early February on 2021. And the weirdest thing, because I was driving to the hospital at 6:30 or 7, and everybody was getting in. Like, everybody was clocking in the hospital. It was the weirdest thing, and I had some sweats. I had to hold back because I really thought they were gonna have surgery or something on me because I found the symptoms very severe. And I took like a bag, and then I took a sweater, sweats, and I looked like a nurse clocking in. But the only thing is that I looked like a busted nurse because I barely woke up. I was feeling sick. And so everybody was driving up there, everybody was clocking in. I was, I parked, and then I went to the elevator, I went downstairs, crossed the street, and all the doctors, all the nurses were like walking next to me. I was like, oh my god, this is so weird. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get to the emergency station, right? And so I went to the I went through the emergency sorry, my throat. Oh my god. I'm telling you guys, I'm sick. But so I went through the emergency room and I told them. They were like, hey, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm not feeling good. I can't retain any liquid, and so like I'm a little worried of what's wrong with me. They're like, okay, can I see your ID? We're gonna check you in. And so like they took my ID, and they gave me a wristband, and they just scored me in there, and they were like, sit down for a little bit. And I did. I sat down, and at the 5 minutes, there was nobody. Like, I was the only one there. There was nobody, so they were right 5 minutes after, they were like, oh, they called my name, come in. And so she sat me down. It's like a little room before they check you in, before they take you to the big room. And so they were like, so what is your pain right now? I'm like, it's in a good 9. Or like, my pain is in a 9 right now. She was like, okay. And she was asking me questions. Are you allergic to any medicine, etc., etc.? And then she asked me one question. She's like, is there any possibilities you can be pregnant? And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, because if I was not thinking about it, but I'm like, yeah, it could be, because of course I'm with my partner. I've been with my partner for almost 6 years, and of course there's a possibility you can be. I was just like, oh yeah, I mean, of course. And she's like, oh, okay. But in zero instant of mind was I thinking something like that. So I'm like, yeah, and I was just still thinking like, oh my god, like, we're gonna get surgery today. Today you're gonna get better. And they're like, okay, so we're gonna take you to a woman's room. We're gonna take you to, we're gonna give you a test, and according to those results, we're gonna send you to 2 different rooms, to the women's section or to a different section, right? And I was like, okay, sure. And that's when they passed me to the back, and they were like, here, can you urinate in this cup? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I went, I'm like, here, or I don't know, I don't really remember. And I gave him the cup, and I just waited. He's like, okay, wait here. And then the one of the nurses was like, okay, we're ready, we can take you over here. And I'm like, you're ready for what? I'm like, wait, what just happened? Where are you taking me? He's like, okay, so we took a test, a urine test um for a pregnancy test, and it came out positive. I'm like, excuse me? She was like, yeah, you are expecting, so we're gonna take you to the women's section. And I'm like, what? I was like, wait. I was like, let me process this. I'm like, wait. I just completely shook. I was like, there's no way I'm expecting. There's no way this is real. Like, there's no freaking way. And she was like, walk with me. And then I walked, and she was like short. She was like, so how old are you? I was like, 21. I was just like out of it. And she was like, oh, that's a good age to have kids. I was like, uh-huh. And she was like, is this your first kid? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, congratulations. Okay. And then she just kept walking me, and I was just like, is this real? Like, is this like, I was in completely shock. And so they took me to the room, and so a nurse came in, and she was like, okay, so congratulations. She was like, congratulations, I see that you're expecting today. Right now I'm here to see if you're allergic to any medicines. I'm like, thank you. And then she got out, and then another nurse came in. She was like, hi, I see that you're expecting, congratulations. I was like, thank you. Like, a bunch of nurses came in, like 5 of them, to see if I was allergic, to see if I had insurance, to check a bunch of stuff. You know, like, one of them does the blood, another one does this. They were just like, and all of them told me, is this your first kid? Is this your first kid? Oh, congratulations, I see you're expecting. I was like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was like, y'all, let me process this. This is too much. I was like, wait. I don't even know if this is real. I was like, wait, give me a second to breathe. And so they left, and I was in a good 10 minutes. I was sitting down there for some good 10 minutes. I was just sitting, and I could not think it was real. I don't know. I wasn't thinking anything. I was just there. And so the doctor came in, and then she was like, hi, I see you're expecting. So the symptoms that you have are completely normal. But you have some severe nausea compared to others. You are completely healthy. Everything's fine. I'm like, are you sure I'm healthy? Are you sure that I can have this kid? She's like, yeah, the results came in perfectly, but you have very strong nausea. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prescribe some medication for you, and hopefully that can get you through and start your process. But congratulations on your pregnancy. I was like, thank you. So everything's fine. She was like, yeah, I mean, everything's okay. And I was like, thank you. And the medicines that they gave me, I'm gonna tell you at another video. But so they gave me the medicines. They told me where to pick them up. By that moment, I didn't have insurance, so they were a little bit expensive. But like I said, I will get in all of that details in another video. So I got out of the hospital. They told me where to pick up the medicines, and as I was walking to my car, the air was different. Everything was different. Like, the whole shift of my world was different, and I was processing it. I went and drive home just because of the news, just because of it. I drove and I got me some Chick-fil-A. I did until, like, okay, I gotta eat something. And after I ate, I went home. I took a rest. And then I got up and went to go get the medicines. My mom kept calling me. She was like, because she's the one that told me to. She's the one that told me to go to a hospital. She was like, you need to go to a hospital. If you're not feeling good, you need to do it. And I texted her and she was like, "Hi." She, of course, she's moms are moms. She was like, "How are you?" Sunday she was like, "How are you feeling?" I'm like, "I don't know. If not tomorrow, I'm gonna go to the hospital." She was like, "Yes, you go ahead and do that." So as I was doing all of that, she kept texting me. "What did they told you? Are you okay? Um, Answer me." After they told me the news, I did not answer my mom. And she was like, "Answer me. Why aren't you answer me? Are you okay? Is everything okay? I need an answer." And I was like, "Yes." And so when I was driving to get the medicine, she called me. And then she was like, and I didn't answer. She called me and she was just like bugging and bugging. I was like, I have to tell her today because she's the one that encouraged me to go to hospital, and she needs to know, right? And so as I was there um to get the medicines, I drove to the dollar store and I bought some cute items to tell my mom, my sisters, and then I bought something to tell my partner. I could not hold the news. I was not gonna be able to sleep that night not telling my partner what was going on. And so I got the items. I drove to my mom's house and I told my sisters, here, I have something for y'all. And then they just opened and they were like, "Oh my God, you're expecting. Wow." Like, they were just like completely shook and were like, "Yeah." And this is for my mom. When she gets out of work, show it to her. Videotape it, show it to her, and let her give me a call later. And she was like, "Okay, we will give it to my mom." And so I drove back to the house. Partner's little surprise ready. And he got home. He gave me a kiss. He was like, "How was everything?" He was like, "Well, good. They told me that the symptoms of gastritis were normal, and yeah, everything's okay. They just gave me some medicines because of course I had to tell him that I was gonna buy some medicines, and yeah, and so like he was like, "Oh, okay." He went and took a shower like a normal person. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna get out of the shower. He's almost gonna know. And so I gave him a little box, and and he was like, "I have something." She's like, "Oh, did they give you that in the hospital?" I was like, "No." And it was like a box with a teddy bear and a card, and he was like, "Open the card." And then he opened it and he was like, and he said something like, "Mommy was not feeling well, but thank you for taking care of her. Baby on the way," something like that. And he looked at me, he looked at the card, and he was like, completely the same reaction as me. We could not believe it. We were completely shook. And that was the way I found out I was expecting, because I was not expecting to have a baby. Um, but it's happening, it's real. Um, Little by little, they gave me appointments. I heard the baby's heartbeat. It's real, and here I am, 7 months pregnant. A baby on the way. It's just so unreal, and it's a blessing. Oh my god, I do get emotional because I don't know. It's just me. It was just, it's a journey. It's a new journey. But yeah, I found out in the hospital. I did not did a test, and I'm glad I found out in the hospital for multiple reasons that I will do another video for you. Um, but yeah, it's such a blessing. It's been a journey. It has not been easy, but here I am. It's real. I can't wait to share um, more moments with y'all and with my baby. Hopefully, um, hopefully everything turns out good, and yeah, I'm just looking forward for it, and super excited for everything, for this new journey. And yeah, hopefully you guys were a little shook. Hopefully you guys were a little nosy on how everything went down. So yeah, little by little I will share with y'all more of my in detail life. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, loves, and I will see y'all in the next video.